Please welcome to the stage Vice President of Marketing for Sprinklr, Yoli Chisholm.
Thank you. Thank you. So if you've been stalking GradCon's profile on LinkedIn, you probably realize I am not him. Grad sends his regrets. But I want to thank the LinkedIn team for giving us an opportunity to share a few thoughts about marketing transformation. So as introduced, I am Yoli Chisholm, Vice President of Marketing at Sprinklr. And like many of you, we are part of the ecosystem that is helping to drive and support digital transformation at enterprise organizations worldwide. But internally, we are also transforming how we think about marketing and actually sales and marketing, and breaking down preconceived notions, breaking down traditional models of thinking. And as we do that, we like to think about transformation throughout the ages. And Nicholas Copernicus is one of the people who comes to mind when we think about breaking down preconceived notions. He preconceived of the notion, of the theory that in fact the Earth was one of many planets circling the sun. And this really represented a huge shift in thinking of the day, where they thought that the Earth was at the center of the universe, and in fact the sun and the moon revolved around it. So this shift was a huge shift at the time that we call the Copernican Shift. And we like to think of it as mapping perception to reality. And we've also experienced in the business world shifts in traditional ways of thinking. We used to, in terms of marketing, put our products at the center and think of our customers revolving around our products, which resulted in push marketing. And as you know, we've moved to a more customer-centric universe, where the customer is in the driver's seat, in the center of the universe, and it's really our products surrounding them. And pull marketing is how we are evolving. This has really resulted in, let me just go back here. This has really necessitated marketing departments, as they think about how they evolve and how they become sort of the modern marketing department. They need to have an infrastructure that is listening to the more than 300 billion conversations, public conversations, and capturing that data that is being generated by the more than 3 billion smartphones today. So, as you know, we are now in the fourth industrial revolution. And this is really characterized by a real evolution. The first evolution was the water and steam power, which was used to sort of create mechanical production of facilities. Second was electricity, and in that we saw the division of labor and mass production. And the third was really the computer age, where we saw IT systems automating the production line further. And now we're in that fourth industrial revolution with IoT, cloud technology, AI, and it's really helping us automate complex tasks. And this has also resulted in natural user interfaces in the smartphone. This is also, alongside, we've actually seen a revolution, an evolution of the tactics with each wave of the revolution. In the first, it was direct, and what we like to think of as non-scaled human to human. In the second, it was mass direct, which is scaled anonymous to human with print ads. In the third wave, it was broadcast with radio and television, scaled anonymous to anonymous. And now in the fourth industrial age, we're really talking about scaled human-to-human marketing. And as we think about the revolution of the brand, in the first revolution, the brand was really the salesperson. In the second, the product was the brand. And in the third, with the computer age, we really saw the rise of a lot of beloved brands. And in the fourth industrial revolution, we really believe that experiences is the new brand. And as we think about the evolution of media, it was really the salesperson, and his or her reach extended as far as they could walk, as far as their feet could take them. In the second revolution, it was really the print ad. And the third, broadcast, radio, and television. And as you know, in the fourth industrial revolution, we're really just seeing digital transformation through mobile, social, online. And if we think about that evolution of the salesperson, it was the traveling salesperson, door to door in the first wave, and really the rise of the copywriter in the second wave, selling through their print ads. And then in the third wave, we saw the rise of the madmen and advertising agencies. And now everyone really has the capacity to sell. When you think about review sites, particularly in the B2B world, they are a key part of the buyer's journey. Word of mouth, social, everybody having a phone and being able to talk about your brand. Everyone's a seller. Internally in your organization, all of your employees are able to actually become a seller. So we're really excited about the impact that all of this has had in the 21st century. In the 19th century, it was really the channel was the wholesaler, and the mode of communication was one way via print. In the 20th century, really saw the rise of mass media, and it's really one way via radio, and it was focused. The ads were focused on emotion. In the 21st century, really see the rise of networks, and it's really about conversations, two-way. And how has this impacted how we really have to think and the mindset within our organizations? So the 20th century thinking was the silo mentality, and silos in each department, and data housed in each department, and a lack of connectivity. And what we're seeing in the 21st century is really this integrated mentality, and really departments trying to figure out how they can work together, remove those silos. And it's really outward facing, and we're really focused on the front office technology. This has always also impacted how we have to think about a new type of front office. The 20th century thinking was really about a lot of point solutions. And, I don't know what the count is right now in terms of MarTech and AdTech. It's up to about 6,000 point solutions that organizations are having to wrestle with and figure out how to make work. And it was really this best of breed mentality. Well, in the 21st century, it's really about having a platform mentality. And you're really trying to rethink and reconfigure your front office so your business units are working from a single source of data on a single platform, and everyone in the organization has a 360-degree view of your customer, and you can deliver incredible experiences. This also has required a shift in mindset as far as communications are concerned. 20th century was a broadcast mentality, buy my brand, push, push, push. And the 21st century thinking, it's really that conversation mentality. And we're going to show a little bit about how that is evolving as we leverage social. And so these are some examples from our friends at Microsoft to just show how this thinking and organization and mindset changes have impacted how they're able to go to market. I was part of the team that actually set up the Social Command Center at Microsoft and really evolved how we thought about going to market in social. So this is an example of what we would call sort of a generic content to what we call a really personalized content. So social community managers are able to actually reach out to individuals, create, and there's an infrastructure within the organization to do this quick turnaround of content relevant to prospects that they have on their target list, and are able to create content and invite, in this case, this gentleman, Rochelle Hines, individually, a personal invitation to the event. These are a whole bunch of examples. And so what we were able to do is really set up an infrastructure where we are actually doing account-based targeting in social and actually arm the organization with an infrastructure using Sprinklr and our partners to actually be able to do this one-to-one marketing, the human-to-human marketing. Just gonna. This is a one use case that I can show where we actually, this is a great example where somebody had posted a great pic of two reps from two different organizations, from PlayStation and Xbox. The community manager was actually sort of listening and watching for this kind of content, and the graphics team decided to sort of get in on the fun. And what they did is they created a social piece of content and tagged the original poster. And this piece of content was actually picked up by the news sites and got, a ton of favorites, ton of comments. And just look at that reach number. If you had to buy that in advertising, it would cost you significant amounts. So this is this idea of this one-to-one marketing. And enabling that at scale. We actually were able to then get articles also picked up from that. Here's another example of Microsoft being very human in their conversation and in their marketing with a prospect. They reach out and say to Jacob, hey, we've been really liking your content, your tweets. We'd like to invite you to an online virtual webinar that we're having. Here's the link. Jacob says, awesome, thanks for the invite. You're welcome. And then he's like, you got it, dude. And Microsoft says, hey, if you've got any further questions, let us know. He's like, you got it. A bunch of meme back and forth. So really fun, really human. And so Jacob says, hey, I'm just curious, how did you find my account? And so Microsoft responded with a fun GIF. Your profile caught our eye, but we can't give away all our secrets. So then what Jacob did, just because of that human experience that was enjoyable, he then tweeted out on his account and said, hey, if your company has a corporate Twitter account, please be like Microsoft Business. That was a great, great experience. So let me just give you a bunch of case studies that we're doing at Sprinklr, how we've actually taken this a step further to not just engagement, but actually prospecting. So we have a process that we've put into place where we're actually working with the sales team. The sales team has provided us with a Wales list of accounts that we care about. So Burger King was one of those target accounts, and we knew that what we did was we set up a queue in the platform to actually watch all the CMOs, all the target accounts that we actually care about. So we have our community managers listening and looking for opportunities to engage and drive handshakes. So the first connection point is the sales team providing the community managers that list. The other thing that's quite unique about what we've done at Sprinklr is our inside sales team actually sits on the marketing team, which is quite unique. I haven't experienced that in my career, but what it's enabled us to do is actually build those close connections where the marketing activities are actually driven by our sales targets and objectives. And so we've got a queue set up, and the community manager is looking for opportunities to engage with Burger King. So they've been watching the CMO, Fernando, and they noticed that Fernando has tweeted out that Burger King has just launched these pretzel fries. And so Sammy, who is one of our experience manager, convinces one of her colleagues that, hey, let's go try these pretzel fries. So they go out. Let me advance these slides. They go out, grab some fries, pretzel fries. They bought the first one out of Herald Square, and they came back to the offices and shot a picture of them enjoying these fries and tagged the Burger King handle. So what then happened is a minute later, the CMO that we've been looking to engage with, and the sales team, by the way, has been doing everything that the sales team typically does to engage, and they've been getting no bites. So the community manager gets a response from the CMO saying, I want some. And then we're like, sorry, not sorry, they're all gone. So that was engagement number one. Sammy continues to look for opportunities. And what I should say at this point, what she does, once she's gotten that like or that engagement, she actually informs through a macro the sales team. So the sales team becomes aware that, hey, there's been what we call a handshake. So now there's sort of what we call a warm handshake. So we're able to actually show them that interaction, and the sales team is alerted that that has happened. So Sammy continues to look for other opportunities. And another one comes up a few days later. The CMO has tweeted about Burger King's mascot at the Triple Crown. And so once again, the team works on how can we engage with Fernando once again. So they come up with another creative idea, create an animated GIF, dreaming about how Burger King could create its own Triple Crown. And then once again, they get engagement from Fernando. What then happened is a few days later, Sammy actually was out sick. And what she didn't remember was that over the course of this time that she's been tracking Burger King, she had actually entered a contest. And while she was out sick, she actually won this contest, and Burger King had actually sent her a whole gift package. So she then tweeted out that she had actually got her appendix taken out, that's what it was, and then tagged Burger King and tagged the CMO and saying thank you for the care package. This is human-to-human interaction. All right, these builds are killing me. And so, I'm just going to end it there and just say that we are leveraging our infrastructure and our partners to really bring one-to-one marketing, personalized marketing to life. And what I should say with Burger King, they are now in the pipeline, a prospect, and have actually had meetings with the sales team. And so this is one way that we are building those connections between the sales team and the marketing team, and really leveraging social. And the whole organization has a single view of this engagement, one single source of data, and across the care team and sales team and marketing, we are able to understand what has happened with this target account. I'm happy to talk to any of you about how we think about marketing transformation, and I thank you.